Hey y'all, beautiful people. Honestly, it was a bit challenging getting into this space here. There's definitely a lot to kind of unpack. I don't even know who's actually still in the room, but hey y'all, we're gonna get with the dramatics. And then we're going to kind of get into the unpacking of all this stuff. We've got Halloween in a couple of days, and we've also got the Scorpio new moon coming next week. So it's definitely. Hey y'all. So we had to get some dramatics going beforehand. Hey Brianna, Eerie, Pumpkin. So I love that. I'm loving that. Hope. Um, oh, hi guys. I am definitely here in the building. You can definitely join the list, Eerie. I'm assuming. No, I didn't forget Hope. Honestly, I did have some technical issues. God, I was thinking, bloody hell, anyone would think it's Mercury retrograde in this. Yeah. But we are here. We're definitely here and ready to kind of get going. I've got a little bit of I guess, stuff to share with you guys as well as far as the Scorpio new moon. I'm getting back into some water alchemy. Okay. We're setting our intentions for this Scorpio new moon. So this is actually one of, if you guys are still here to the end, I'm going to do a little meditation, and we are going to allow for ourselves to be able to get prepared for this, Scorpio new moon we've got coming on Thursday next week. So yeah, the list is starting. First and foremost, guys, I need to be able to make full connection with you guys because things are very shifty at the minute. Okay, so I'm just going to ask for guidance on what is the stress less recommendation for us in this space, because oh, okay. Breathe 10 times. Okay. We kind of just need to make sure that the connection, we can anchor the connections because things are very, very tricky out there. It's a lot at the minute. Let's have a little look and see what's going on with the questions so far. Thank you guys for hanging out with me this Friday as well. It actually makes the week a little bit better. So I appreciate all of you for that, my loves. Okay. List. The opinionated mama. Okay. Hey, Mina. Nice to have you in the building. What are Fahad's feelings towards you? Okay, my love. Let's have a little look and see where his mind and spirit may be at with the space when it comes to yourself. And stick around as well, because I may need to ask questions depending on the unpacking of this. Yeah, you actually already put your question out there, so you can kind of go for it. You went right in. I see there's a few questions as well. So we'll just dive in. We'll dive in and see what is Fahad's true feelings. We want clarity, not just the facade. Okay. What's Fahad's true feelings towards Mina? He likes your energy for the most part. He finds you to be someone that is well put together. I guess he sees you as somebody that is like emotionally secure, is probably the best way that I can put it. What's his situation in terms of feeling stuck? What's that about? There's, this is what I mean, Mina, because I haven't experienced you in the space before. So my questions will likely be thrown out there so that we can really unpack the guidance for you. So hopefully you're able to kind of hang in there whilst we unpack it. He feels stuck. Okay. Let's have a look and see. We are in separation. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Oh. He's actually, so just so that you can sort of like see, we've got Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, and we've got the Seven of Wands. From what I can see in the situation, he is heartbroken. So the Three of Swords definitely sort of confirmed the separation. So the card gives a little bit more clarity for you. So what I'm seeing with the situation is that he's at a place where he feels like you maybe are overcoming some of the obstacles. And I don't know, he feels a little bit confused as to maybe how heartbroken you are with the situation. I don't know if you've made that clear, and I'm literally, as the downloads are flowing through, it's actually getting some static, guys. That just tickled me. But yeah, I think from what I can see in this space, from what they're saying to me, he sees it like you seem like you're getting on with the situation a little bit better than he is, and he's not really sure about where you actually stand with him. He sees it like, oh, he sees it like he knows that you must be heartbroken. I'm seeing it like this. So he's seeing it like you must be heartbroken, but at the same time, it's like he understands why the separation was necessary. He's not ready to let go, but I think he feels like this is something that he kind of needs to do for you at the same time. Who instigated the separation? I'm sorry, this is what it's like, because if you really want to dive into stuff, we have to unpack it, my love. So share as much as you like. But yeah, let me know who instigated the separation. What I'm feeling is that he's at a place where he's somewhat hoping that things could go back to normal, but at the same time, he feels like stuck. There's no moving forward. Like things are too badly damaged, is what I'm hearing. Yeah. He sees it as an opportunity at the same time as well, in some ways, but it's more on your end. He actually, I don't know. I had to pull away when I found out about him. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I understand why he feels like he has to just kind of like let go in that case. He is sad about, I guess, the ending of the situation. It's like real overwhelming sadness. So I'm sorry if like I feel like it's just a real sadness, I guess, that overcomes him. Sometimes Buddy understands that he just kind of had to let you go to, I guess, find you all happy. I don't know how else to put it, my love. Yeah. I think it's one of those situations where he didn't necessarily like the choices, but at the same time, he actually understands that you deserve better, is what I'm hearing. And when I say better, I just mean something that is open to you as well. He's sad about the loss, I guess, of you guys. but at the same time, he knows why, I guess, he must let you go. Okay, my love. Definitely some deep love and sorrow on his heart for you. So, yeah, intense March, guys. We're starting pretty heavy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine, Mina. I think it's something that it's definitely going to take some time, I guess, for him to be able to accept, even though he knows that's what's for the best. But yeah, I hope that answers your question, my love. Brianna. I don't know that I've got Brianna's question. Where is your question, Brianna? I can't see it. Archangel Shamuel, can you bring me some guidance on this, please? I can't actually see your question, Brianna. If you're still in the room, drop your question. It's okay, my love. Thank you for stopping into the space and sharing your space with me. It was lovely sitting in with you guys. Let's have a look. Brianna, share your question. I don't know if I'm losing the plot or what, but I'm struggling to find your question. Okay, do show me out, please. Can I get some assistance? I can see that she entered the room, but I'm struggling to find her question. Okay. I'm not able to locate Brianna's question, so I am gonna move on to Erie. Oh, we love your vibes, Erie. Let's, yeah, she didn't post, okay, because I didn't see anything in there for her. Okay. Let's have a look at Erie's question and see what. I'm sure I passed it a couple of times. Is anyone else coming into my energy field romantically? I should be on the lookout for Johnson. I don't believe she's interested in me. Okay. Let's have a look for romance guidance for Erie. Okay. Show us, guys. Show us. You started to give us some guidance with Erie. We've kind of tuned into her space. We've kind of lived in that. Okay. What do you see happening for Erie in terms of romance? Okay. Okay. Please clarify. Give us some more insight. Sorry, I want to get the story clear for you, Erie, because they are saying some stuff. Let's have a look. Oh, we've already built quite a list, guys. I'm going to be trying to check out of here probably around about maybe 11:30 later, seeing as I stopped in late. Okay, guys. So Erie, what I'm seeing for you is there is definitely so just so that you can see the cards, just so that you can see the conversation that we're having, right? They are saying that there is, I guess, something likely to happen in terms of your romance, but it's about bringing the guards down. It's about kind of being open. As I was shuffling the cards when the deck kind of split. One of the things that they were saying is it's about letting go, I guess, of control issues. And I said this to you. I know that you say that you're children and laid back and relaxed. So it may not necessarily be your energy. It potentially could be the energy of the person sort of coming in, them being able to let their guards down and not. It's still the same sort of narrage. I said narrage, narrative, and story that's being told. It's about being able to really pull away. So again, they're still just kind of giving me the narrative, I guess, of the person. They have to be able to kind of let go of some of their preconceived notions. And when I say preconceived notions, like we've been sort of speaking about this situation. Sorry, guys, whenever this happens, clairsentient, I'm sniffing out the information, if you will, as well as downloads. But yeah, so the situation with you guys is they're not necessarily at a place where they're looking at it romantically just yet, because again, it's about their gods. This is the thing that they're actually working through. This is, I guess, the main barrier of resistance to be able to draw closer to you. I guess there's certain, I don't want to say decisions. Thank you, guys. I don't want to say decisions as such, but there's certain narratives, I guess, they're showing me like this. There's certain narratives that must part ways in order to make a way, is what they're sort of saying to me. They're also sort of putting across to me, because they're kind of looking at it from your perspective as well, like from your angle as well, because we're sort of looking or seeing and observing the story from the other person coming into the orbit, looking in, but also equally from you, from within yourself. They're showing me it's about kind of defining as well what it is that you actually also want, Erie. So I know you're very open, my love. I know that you're open. It's about clearly defining as well what it is that you're looking for. We do have the Scorpio new moon. I told you guys, I guess, last week about preparing for this Halloween energy where the veil's thin. Manifesting can happen like very, very sort of, I guess, quickly, depending on how intense the intent is. You have to define what it is that you want. And when I say what it is that you want, it's, how can I put it? You have to be clear about, okay, this could be a quick turnaround for you, Erie. So if you're able to do a list, and it's not the standard, oh, like people have to meet this list. What I would ask that you do with the list, there you go. What I would ask that you do with the list is identify the vibrational match that you need to become in order to attract this person into your orbit, to accelerate their control issues. Obviously, it is going to create, I guess, some levels of chaos along the way for them, because it's going to be been there and done that. So have you identified what it is that you're having to be able to do to actually bring them into your orbit? So for instance, we identify that we want somebody who is very trustworthy. Have we worked on our trust issues to be able to create space and room? Okay, thank you. There we go. Okay. Set your intentions on. So nobody's showing up, basically. It's not that nobody's showing up. It's literally, from what I can see in the situation, they've still got some stuff that they're actually navigating through. You can accelerate their process by, I guess, whatever it is that you're able to do to get yourself in a vibrational field, but that's pretty much the main thing that they're giving me. Their situation is very much in a state of disarray at the minute, and it's kind of stagnating the process of the coming together. The control thing is the main issue, and family. And we spoke about this before. The concerns around family is one of the things that I guess that's the thing that they're still working through as far as like a breakthrough. There's a lot of emotional enmeshment and emotional entanglement. I did speak to you previously about the fact that they're not necessarily all the way comfortable, I guess, in their space just yet. So, because I showed interest in exchange numbers. Okay. Is this with Johnson? We're having a private chat, guys. Okay. Did we exchange numbers with Johnson? Give us some clarity for Aries, guys. Because Aries been trying. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. What I'm going to say to you with the situation, give it about 3 weeks. I'm literally, that's the thing that's been, I guess, coming through since the whole clearing and attracting conversation started. It's still a 3 weeks trajectory, and the main thing that they're kind of navigating through is the stuff that I mentioned about the family attachment and enmeshments, and really being able to gain some sense of control. It's not you per se. It's just that the situation is very, very complicated. I promise it's not in my nature to kind of like give false hope. So I'm really not trying to put anything out there to give false hope. I'm really just trying to let you know that it's not necessarily a lost cause. It's a slow moving process, simply because of the dynamics of the situation. They're under a lot of controlling, domineering energy. And it feels, I guess, like it's coming from a lot of different angles. And they're not necessarily at a place just yet where they're ready to break through that. What I can say in that casing is you've already sort of like done your list and I guess optimize yourself to be able to suit the vibrational match. Assist them in spirit, so psychic connection, if you will. Assist them in spirit, have conversations to be able to help them overcome the fear. Tune into their space and identify what's going on within their realm as well. I'm still open to other people because it's over 7. Eerie, I hear you on all of that. I hear you on all of that. And I understand that you're open to other people. I'm literally just letting you know what is the most probable based on what's taking place right now. That situation has a 3-week timeline that still has to basically play out to be able to get the full unfolding, I guess, of the situation. They're showing me like the full coverage. We don't have all the variables to the situation just yet. There's bits and pieces of it that isn't necessarily clear to you because there isn't a level of communication that's kind of being had. But that's, you asked what's actually likely sort of coming into your energy field. That's what's already in your field that is working towards manifesting something. You'll get further clarity on it in 3 weeks. There's nothing else that I can say, unfortunately. Yeah. I'm sorry, beautiful. That's all they're giving me. However, you'll be able to get a little bit more clarity on the situation within the 3 weeks. I think we already, when we even spoke about this, there was a 5-week time span anyways, and it's still a case of navigating through that 5-week time span. So yeah, we're like 3 weeks 3 weeks to be able to get some clarity on that timeline. Okay. What do we have next with the space, y'all? I'm sorry, Erie. That was heavy. I hate disappointing people, but honestly, I just have to keep it real with you guys. I just have to tell it like it is as far as what they're sort of like putting across. So this is the list. We've got pumpkin next. Okay. If you haven't already put your question in, pumpkin, please do, because you're out here. All good, my love. All good. Oh, you just want a message from spirit today. Okay. Okay. All good, beautiful. It's all good. No, it's okay, Erie. It's okay. I just have to, otherwise they punish me, guys. And when I say they punish me, I mean they just kind of show me about where I need to be less hard-headed and basically be more, I guess, confident in being able to articulate what it is that they need me to. So they're using me, okay? They whip their vessel into shape when necessary and needed. So let's see. What's the guidance? Energy cards for pumpkin. Okay, thank you. Okay, pumpkin. We've got energy cards for you. So let's see. What do you guys need pumpkin to know at the minute? Okay. Right. Sorry, guys. Okay. We'll clarify. Okay. Thank you. Right. What they're saying to you, or what they feel like they need you to know at the minute, because they're sort of talking about the relinquishing of contracts, right? One of the things that they're kind of showing is that where you are right now, there are certain relationships. My love, you're in the class of patience. You're in the class of patience. So what they're showing me is that there are certain relationships that are on the mend simply because you're getting to a place where you're emotionally neutral in the state of the flow of some of these relationships. And as you grow in patience, you'll be able to gain a little bit more, I don't want to say control, I'm going to use the word mastery over these situations. What they're showing me is that you're going through this, how can I put it? There's a crown chakra activation that's taking place, but I don't know how to put it. They're showing me it's like 3 layers in. I don't know. I guess we've got to do some homework on that, personally hope. So it's like 3 layers in. So basically the layer of your crown chakra that is being activated at the minute is 3 layers in from a lot of the other externals. They're showing me that you've worked through a few of the emotional friction in some of those areas, and you're in the 3rd layer of the crown chakra, kind of going through a healing process in that layer of yourself. It's a class of patience, this one. So there's likely to be situations that will test your patience. it will be disappointing, I guess. What I'm seeing is withdrawal. So sometimes when the tides part, because sometimes rejection, every single time actually, rejection's God's protection. So our energies may be in an unhealthy state and we aren't able to maintain healthy relationships at that point. And God's just like, it's like when you're parting, I guess people that are warring, because it may be an energetic thing, it may be an emotional thing, it may be mental, whatever plane of existence it's taking place, that needs to be separated for a little bit. And sometimes when those tides of absence, to allow for the heart to heal so it can grow fonder of that or those individuals, sometimes that absence can seem like loneliness, whereas it's solitude. Yeah, I'm hearing that you're going to receive. You're going to receive. You're going to receive. We've got the. I guess this is indicative of like the energy of the King of Pentacles, but it is going to bring the kind of situation that you want. First, you have to speak up. As you're clearing through some of these layers of your crown. Your throat chakra also gets activated in the process. So ask for what you need, and be patient in allowing for it to manifest, because there is not necessarily, I guess, so this is what happens sometimes, right? And it's funny because they're kind of explaining, like we're all delivery agents, right? People are asking for certain things, and if we're a vibrational match, we're able to deliver those things. But sometimes we're missing cues on where to be or what to do and when, and all of these things, right? Because sometimes we don't get all the script, we just do a rough read of it, and the rest of it is in the subconscious, right? They're showing me with a situation, it's more a case of the things that you're asking for, I guess the delivery agents that the guides are working with, that they don't necessarily have much strategy, and things are still very much, I don't want to call it chaotic, but they themselves are still very fragmented and separated from themselves, because a part of them is feeling guilt for the time and the distance. And another part of them is kind of just focusing on the other opportunities that I guess it feels like they have by not having to focus on the relationship as much. But patience is a virtue. That's the class that you're working through. And as you kind of, I guess, as you ascend in that class, so too will your crown. So too will your crown in the class. There's a 6 to 7 week timeline, I guess, that they have with this coming in, something being able to sort of come in. So you may potentially be sit in this class, I guess, for at least the next 6 to 7 weeks or so. And you'll be able to see and find out how you do just after that time span. Okay, my love. I hope that was useful for you. They're actually, they're a bit chatty tonight, guys. They're a bit chatty tonight. And they're very specific tonight as well. Like, they're not... Oh, good, beautiful. Yeah. Well, it depends on how you do in the class, my love. It depends on how you do in the class. So when you find yourself getting rattled, utilize your tools that you know are most effective for you when it comes to grounding yourself, to be able to maintain patience, because that is a tricky class, that, because even when you have patience, you have to grow and expand in it. And that's the purpose of the class, to actually like ascend your purpose. So your patience, sorry. So in essence, it actually expands your patience. So you have to gain a different level of tolerance for it. It's really hard because patience is difficult, man. Like, it's difficult when we're working with humans. Right, we've got Rush C in the building. Hopefully, Rush is still here at least. They kind of led us into their questioning at least. Let's see. Okay. Archangel, show me well. Can I get some guidance? I need to find Rush's question, please, and thank you. Am I going blind? Rush, where's your question? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I love me. I love me some Gryffindor. I love me some Gryffindor. Okay. No patience. Oh, Scorpio. Ooh, this means that you're having an ascension this season. Okay, okay. This is beautiful, my love. This is your moon. Definitely going to be getting a charge up with this. Utilize it. Set your intentions on some of the things that you're working on. Like, really be intentional, though, because sometimes we say that we're setting our intention, but we really actually don't believe the things that we're trying to set our intentions for. So, really, like, forever, however long it takes for you to like really feel into the parts of yourself that may have some level of resistance to what it is that you're trying to manifest. Really sort of set your intentions down. Beautiful. I think I just saw something for Rush. I'm not sure. Rush, if you're still in the building, let us know your question or we'll have to move on, sadly. Okay. Yeah, Rush C. I don't know. They rushed out of here, guys. I know that was a corny joke, but hey, pun intended. Oh, where's Rush? Archangel, show me well. Come on. If Rush put the question out there, like, reveal it to me. I don't know why I'm struggling to be able to see. Reveal it to me, my loves. I don't think I can see anything. Rush will be back. I know Rush tends to rush out and rush back in, but it's fine. Okay, Wallflower. I saw your lovely little question, I think. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, Wallflower. I saw her. Yes, amongst Aries. Oh, Sagittarius and single. Okay. Let's go and have a look and see. Right. Wallflower. Oh. Okay. Question to you, my love. How long ago was your last relationship? I'm asking the question because they're saying that there's still some blocked emotions. How long ago was your last relationship? Prior to this expression of wanting something to happen in the space. Wallflower, come on, beautiful. Come on, my love. Oh. I don't know if she is here. She might not be. Okay. No. Well, we need to get some clarity on the X situation because this has X Files written all over it. Yes, I did just do another corny joke, and I love my corny jokes. I am a loser like that, guys. Seriously, I actually do this stuff on my own and get a crack out of it. So, we're going to get some clarity, I guess, on the X stuff because that is pretty much needing to be cleared up, basically. We need to get some clarity on that before we can even get some clarity on anything beyond that. Okay, T. Oh, T. Right. Okay, so T's here. Do you know, it actually used to intrigue me. It used to intrigue me. For a while, I actually, in order to kind of like overcome my fear, I basically really tuned into horror and sci-fi stuff for a period of time. And that helped me to, I guess, retrain my fear a little bit. But now, I don't know, my fear barrier is like, woo, I can't watch that stuff, man. I can't. Oh, yes, T. That's how we do it. Okay. Keep me on track. So there was this guy in my university who I was kind of nasty to. I want to know if he's forgiven me or not. I don't like him, girl. I hear you. We're here, T. We're here. Love me some X Files. Don't know if I can watch it now, to be fair. I've progressed to like child mode so that they can basically take hold of the vessel for a little bit so I can grow back up. Okay. Elder siblings. Okay. I see you there, pumpkin. Right. Let's have a little look and see. How is the guy feeling? Oh, okay. They're not there yet. They're not there yet in terms of forgiveness. Ah! What do you do, T? What do you do? Bring us some insight into what you do. Right, guys. How does he feel towards T? Because I can tell that he's struggling with the forgiveness. Like, I think he wants to. Oh God, it's a whole story. Sorry, T. It's a whole story. Like, it's a whole story. I can't just say yeah or no. Okay, so with the situation, it seems like they want to be able to forgive you, but they haven't necessarily had an closure. Have you apologized? So let's ask this question, T. Have you apologized? Have you given them the grace of an apology for them to be able to heal from that experience? Because what I'm seeing is that it feels like, so he was kind of intrusive, which pissed me. Thank you, T, for bringing us the tea. Okay. Okay. Ways to handle things, ways to handle things. I think, have you guys managed to have a conversation? Because from what I'm seeing with the situation, they want to be able to move on from it, but I think that they're actually wanting to be able to just call truce with the situation. I think, some people struggle with boundaries. He was just learning your boundaries, beautiful. He was just learning your boundaries. Uh, okay. No, thank you for that question, Pretty Brown Eyes. I'm going to come back to you on that. I actually make my own stuff, so I'll have to come back to you on that. I utilize my own hair oil. We're working at the minute at doing some stuff. Me and my hair we're kind of on a little bit of a journey. What I'm seeing on the situation for you, right, T? um, okay. That freaked you out. Okay. And I understand. I understand. Yeah, I understand. He wants to be able to kind of, I guess, apologize and see if he could potentially move on. If you guys could potentially move on. I think the situation at the minute, it feels like he feels a little bit like he doesn't know necessarily how to approach you with being able to actually see if there's room for you guys to exchange apologies. um they want to speak to you. Do you want to have a conversation to call this truce? Because I think if you're able to, I don't want to say let your guards down because I don't think you should, because there's a reason, because this person definitely has an issue with boundaries. But I mean to be able to at least be, because he has blocked my WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Mm, okay. Yeah. What did you say, girl? What did you say? Because the situation, like, I don't know, they feel a little bit shooketh. Like they feel a little bit scared about being able to kind of approach the situation. Um, do you want to call it truce? Because I don't think that he's forgiven. I think that he also learned something from the situation. I don't know if he'll actually like give the grace of that lesson forward and actually just refine his boundaries a little bit. I guess he just needed an honest feedback to be able to refine some of those traits of his character. Creepy has definitely been a thing in like friendship groups for this season. That's definitely been something I feel that has been like really that script of like the creepy lurky friend who's just like too much in. That's definitely been a script for us. Um, what I will say to you is that he's not there yet. I think, I mean, I'm never mean to people, so even this incident pulls me into guilt, although he was wrong as well. He was wrong, and I think he knows that he was wrong, and I think your honesty will help him refine some of those qualities moving forward. Putting a prayer out there for him. Hopefully, he's able to get something from this and take away what he can for personal development rather than just personalizing, sorry, the situation with you. He's not there yet, my love. But, and however, you can work through the guilt. So when guilt shows up, it's pretty much just kind of letting us know that we kind of fell away from our own moral compass and values. So all it is literally, like you said, you don't usually treat people like that. But, and however, you had to articulate, and he needed to hear that because, like I said, creepy was a class that we were sitting in friendship groups this season. I don't know what it is, guys, but that script was definitely very heavy. So in terms of working through your guilt, oh, this may have been what I brought my water into the space for. So don't know how much water you enjoy drinking, but at least for the next 3 to 7 days, if you can. So I'm just gonna give you some I guess, details on how I work through guilt from time to time. I do intermittent fasting for about 3 to 7 days. It depends on what my body is asking for. And I utilize that as a process as well to be able to purge and release guilt from my body. As I go through the process. Y'all are getting some gems in this space tonight, y'all. Okay, as I purge that from my body, what I also do is utilize water, water magic, I guess. The alchemy of water is actually very, very, I mean, the human body is like 70% water as an adult. So we're putting some of these guilt-free affirmations back into our body. So get some labels. Basically, this is label paper. Take off the label, I guess, or if you've got a water bottle that you use regularly, just put some affirmations regarding the fact that you're not guilty and pretty much what you've actually learned. You can actually utilize it maybe each time you add a label. You can utilize it maybe as a letter, sort of like dear self, dear future self. That's also another concept, or dear guilt-free self. And obviously you drink the water throughout the day, and you continue to, as you're navigating through whatever days that kind of resonates with your process, you'll be able to find what's suitable for yourself, what your avatar is able to kind of withstand, and definitely top up with, I would say, green aventurine. If you do work with crystals, green aventurine actually been very supportive because like it's heart chakra purging. So green aventurine would really help as well for you as you kind of like navigate through the process of purging that guilt as well, because he's just not there yet, and that's fine. He's taking a few things personal because I don't know if there's anybody that has, I guess, been that honest with him, but he needed to learn that lesson on boundaries. And you also, mashallah, by God's grace, you're able to also, refine your delivery a little bit, because that's really the class that you were sitting with. This is why it came with just a tinge of guilt. Okay. It doesn't feel too overwhelming. I think there's too much judgment that you're putting on yourself. All it is just delivery. You're just refining your delivery. That's essentially the class that you were sitting with that. So, he was creepy and it was annoying. But sometimes it depends on how we say these things. It can be received a little bit more constructively as opposed to combatively, where then someone's triggered and then they can't find their way back to the light. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine, beautiful. That's fine. I guess Exactly. He just needed to learn. We're all learning ourselves, man. He was just learning himself as far as how he showed up in this space with you. That's all that was, okay? Hopefully, put a prayer out there for him as well, if you feel like it. Don't. One of the things I find is that when I'm past a lot of my lower vibrations, and I get to the place where I'm able to start praying for, I guess, the person that I've sat a particular class with that didn't necessarily go too well. When I start to be able to pray for them, then I know that I passed whatever low vibration I was actually trying to alchemize and shift into a higher, frequency. So yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, boundaries. He's learning. And also, kudos to you, because this is how we get dragged into like really toxic friendship tides, when people want to claim us, when it's like, hold on, I'm actually still getting to know you. Like, friends is like a big word. I don't know if we even have the same friendship values just yet. Slow your roll. Let's get to know each other. Let's hang out. Let's do some friendship dates, So I guess it's just one of those things. Oh, snap, that went up. Thank you, T. Amen, girl. Amen. Yeah, absolutely. I think he'll get there. He'll get there in time. He'll get there in time, hopefully. Let's see. Now we've got pretty brown eyes. Oh, okay, okay. Pretty brown eyes. Let's get into it. Right. Stefan. Okay, you guys are guiding me to the romance cards. Okay, let's start there first. Okay, we'll unpack it. Right. Okay. Let's see. There's definitely an attraction there. We know that. Okay, this is why he's actually in the orbit. let's find out. Give us the tea, guys. Okay. Let me see. We've got some new comments. Yes, pretty brown eyes. Got you. Got you. Oh, let's see. Stefan. Okay. Oh. What's the situation with Stefan? Why is it a desire of his for reconciliation? Something didn't necessarily go right before. It had something to do with flirting. Was there an appropriate flirting? Or unwarranted flirting, because that's a thing too, guys. Sometimes the signals are read very wrong. Let us know, pretty brown eyes. I want to be able to get some clarity on what it is that they're trying to articulate to me. Yeah. What's this thing about? I'm not sure. We had an okay conversation last night. Okay. Okay. Was there any sort of what I'm seeing is that he's not sure. Okay. So oh, okay. What's the situation with this flirting stuff? Because what I'm seeing is that you guys are quite playful with the energy. There's what's going on with the situation, because they're showing me that there's still something in the space. There's still something in this. I don't know how else to put it, beautiful. They're literally, that's what they're showing me. There's still something in the space. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, girl. Damn. Thank you. Okay, well, this is what the reconciliation's about in that case. Okay. Okay, well, what I'd say with the situation, okay, one thing that I did mention before was flirting. So there may be some over friendliness in other conversations, if you will. But he doesn't necessarily, I guess he's just naturally, I want to say he's naturally quite a flirty sort of character. I guess it's a part of his charisma and charm. But he's actually feeling like he wants to be able to kind of get back to you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Royal. Yeah, he's definitely in a place where he wants to be able to kind of get back into a good place with you. Does the flirty thing concern you? Let me just have that conversation with you straight off the bat. Well, why you say it like that? Say what, like what, girl? No, because I'm trying to understand, right? That's just like his character. He's just naturally quite flirty. I don't think that he means anything by anything. But I'm asking the question to see, um, yeah, just to kind of see where you're at with that. Like if you're able to manage that aspect of, okay. You here with it. Okay. Well, he definitely sort of wants something stable with you. He wants something stable with you. Do we know? I don't know if I'm going in too deep here, but do we know sort of like when he's getting out? No, but this is what I'm trying to explain to you. I think that this is just his character. Like this is a part of his charismatic charm. This is why I'm asking you how you feel about that aspect of his character. It's not something that I would say is too concerning. It's just the way that he actually is. That's why I'm asking how you feel about somebody who is quite charming in that way. Like he's just a little bit of a flirt. That's like his natural character. Oh, pretty with him will be flirting. No, it's like so how can I put it? He has conversations, I guess. Oh Lord, he can't flirt. There you go. Because I think that that's again and again. This is why you guys, match. I guess in that way. It's just a part of his character. I don't think it's anything harmful. I think it's just the way that he actually is. It's one of the things that it gets him into trouble sometimes as well. I guess not in that way, but in terms of him being able to kind of like talk his way out of things, he's just quite charming in that way. Um, but he's focused on you. I'll say that much. He's focused on you. Yeah, no, I know, but he's focused on you. Like he's focused on you. It's not really anything for you to be too concerned about. So if your mind ever does wander or go there, you can have a conversation with yourself to just highlight his natural like nature of his character and not make it like too big or let that thought grow into all this static in your head. Okay. He's cool. And it's because you're actually as well so cool. That's what actually makes it work because he's able to be himself. Yeah. Yeah, he's able to be himself. It's not anything too serious. I don't think from what I can see. Yeah. And he's focused on you. Definitely focused on you. Right. Right. I hope that was useful for you as well. Beautiful. No, honestly, it's not even that serious. It's literally just his character. He I guess he upped his charisma class a while ago, so he's supercharged in that personality trait. Let's have a look. Yes, chocolate. You will be. No, it's not funny. It's not funny, but it's a little funny. It's not funny, but it's a little funny. These are things that you like about him. These are like, I guess, personality quirks that he has in this lifetime that you like about him. So, pros and cons to everything, right? Who have we got next? Victorian Princess. Victorian Princess. Oh, Free said no. Oh, guys, I was trying to wrap up. I was trying to wrap up. It's all good. It's all good. Pretty brown eyes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your space with us. Victorian, where are you? For real, it is your turn. We want your question, my love, so we can unpack it for you. Okay. Okay. Can we see anything from Victorian Archangel Samuel? What have we got here? Can't see anything from Victorian. If you want to just put your question out there again, I think it's actually gone into cyberspace now. I keep saying that I'm actually going to learn. Nope, she ain't here. Tropical moon, you right. She gone. Okay. Oh, that's a nice question, Royal. I like that. I'm gonna come back and unpack that for you. All good, guys. All good. All good. Right. So who's next? Victorian Princess has left the building. Royal just threw their question out there. They're like, okay, they be gone. It's my turn. My turn. Oh, I need oh, thank you. Okay, I need Crystal to channel this space here because I like to be able to yeah, just kind of like receive connection to your energy. So if you can for me, or I know you're here. I know you're here. um, so what I see is, I guess they see your energy as this sounds so old school, mate material. So what do I mean when I say that? They see you as someone, I guess, that is, I guess not necessarily one for casual relationships. Commitment's important to you. Um, it is your turn. Commitment's important to you. And from what I can see with the situation, they're very clear that you know what it is that you want. No, you're not. You're not. You're not really. You're not. It's just that there are certain values that are very important to you, and you have certain standards. And I guess when guys kind of when they see you, the instant connection that they get is that this is somebody that is, if I'm not, I guess, at that place just yet, where I'm ready, I wouldn't necessarily want to confuse the situation. One thing that they identify with as well is that this is interesting. So you know what you want, but at the same time, you can be indecisive sometimes. Um, so what do I mean by that? So I guess it's mostly sort of human nature in that aspect. What I'm seeing is that you'll say that you want one thing, and when it's given to you, it's kind of like, but I didn't want it like that, or I didn't, this isn't necessarily how I felt like it should have really really happened. That's not really where I sort of saw the progress of the situation kind of like going. One thing that I will say with that is that sometimes that energy is read as rejection. So you might want to be mindful of it a little bit, because it can trigger rejection for, I guess some guys who are kind of working through yeah, feelings of rejection. Um, Another thing that I'm seeing with the situation as well, they see you as somebody that's quite inspirational. Like the men that are actually drawn to you, that's one of the qualities that they appreciate about you. You kind of you spur them on to kind of get their ish together, if you will, for the most part, because like you're quite ambitious. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think it's your ambitious quality that can be a little bit overexerted. And I'm not telling you to kind of like draw it back in. I'm just asking you to find the balance a little bit because basically, um, because of where you are in the vibration of that. So because of how far out you are with the vibration of that, the kind of men that I guess you attract into your orbit, um, they generally tend to have a little bit of rejection wounds. So if you can find the right balance with that, you'll attract the right kind of person to be able to not internalize this personality aspect of yours, this ambitious aspect of your character. They can actually just yeah, they're able to utilize it as motivation and inspiration for themselves because sometimes they find that they actually need guidance and direction, and that's what you may be useful for. Um, so yeah, if you just dial that, like find the right balance with that a little bit, promise you you'll be able to find someone that is able to come into your field in a little bit of a healthier frequency of rejection where they've kind of like refined it a little bit better so they're not automatically triggered by you being as decisive as you are because when I say that you're decisive and you're like decisive, I mean you're decisive. You're like, this is kind of like how you need to kind of do it and stuff like that. So you can give good guidance. And for the right person, they can appreciate that about you, but you just kind of have to, I think again, it comes down to delivery for you as well, my love, because honestly, if a person has these wounds, naturally we will more than likely trigger them regardless. But some triggers, it doesn't have to be like a level 10 trigger. It could be like a level 3, you know, to the point like where they're able to maintain their emotional balance in the space and articulate their feelings and sense of rejection, and maybe even give you an opportunity to learn something. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. But they love you. What I mean by that is that they like the quality. It's just that sometimes when it's a little bit off the Richter scale, a little bit, it can be quite intimidating to people with rejection wounds. Okay. Um, yeah, they're saying that's it. Yeah, well, this is the thing. So when you're kind of like dealing with that kind of personality, that archetype, the artistic archetype, generally speaking, it's about individuality. And it's about, as much as it's about individuality, there's likely to have been a process of the journey where rejection, was a necessary aspect of the process so that they could find that individuality. They had to be rejected by the things that were not necessarily in alignment with who they are. So you just kind of have to be mindful because that's kind of the guys that you tend to attract. Trust me, right? Work on refining that little personality quirk just a smidge. You might need to dial it back, maybe I want to say at least like 5. I'm seeing like on the channel and dialer, like you might need to bring it back. I don't know what is that called, guys. How do you measure personalities? Snap. What is that measured in? Okay, But you've got to dial that back like 5, okay? Like take it back like 5, and you'll be able to kind of like find a neutral sort of like balance in the scale. And you might find as well that you start to attract differently. I'm sorry, my ears are burning, by the way. So they're literally that might be it, actually. That might be it. I like that suggestion, Pumpkin. I want to say, yeah, because it might be in a case of measurements in that way. But you want to dial that back a little bit, and that should actually, like, yeah, you'll be able to have a different experience. You'll definitely be able to have a different experience. What I do want to say, okay, disclaimer, because they're telling me to put this out there. Learned behavior is challenging to break free from, right? So as much as you're going to be working at dialing this back a bit, just be mindful and be cognitive of some of these subconscious default programs that may show up with that. And when they show up, it's fine. It's just about how you articulate, you know? So when you get the urge, I guess, to be able to speak on certain things, yeah, it's about how you choose to articulate it in that moment. Okay, my love? I hope that that was useful for you, because they burnt my ear off to give that download. Thank you kindly, my love. Tropical, you are next. Let's see if you've actually already put your question out there, Tropical. Okay. Okay. You don't have to hold it, beautiful. You don't have to hold it. You just have to refine it a little bit. Delivery is everything. Trust me. I appreciate you guys, man. How is my person's legal case looking? Oh, okay. Okay, guys. I know legal matters are tricky and complicated. Just chill. Give me as much insight as you can provide me with the situation. Sorry, guys, congregation with the team. Give me as much insight as you can provide with the situation. I know that there's a lot of variables and moving parts, but we're not asking, like, ultimately, like, you know, I know that it's a process. We don't just want, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow. It's not like that. We just want to get a little bit of insight into the narrative that is playing out with this story, if you can, please. Thank you. Okay. That part, Royal. For sure. Show me the unfolding of the legal case for Tropical Moon person. Okay, thank you. Unfortunately not, Venus. I'm sorry, my love. I'm now moving into overtime, I think, or just about. Oh no, I'm not even in overtime yet, but I will be. There's 6 more people. 3, 6. Yeah, there's about 6 more people on the list. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay. So from what I'm seeing with the situation here, Tropical Moon, come back next week and be the first here, okay? And you'll get added to the list. Hold that thought, hold that inquiry. It might even evolve between now and then. So there may be some unfoldings for you to discover before you come back with your question next week. Yeah, so the situation here. There's definitely a recovery that's taking place. I don't think that it's going to be a negative outcome, because from what they're showing me is that it will be a positive outcome. That's the one thing that they're able to kind of like show me with the situation. At the very least, it will be a positive outcome, as far as in their favor. However, just like they started the situation and saying it's very complicated, there's a lot of variables to the situation, and it hasn't closed out just yet. Okay. What there's don't this sense and feeling of hopelessness about the situation. Whoever's projecting that energy over the space, please don't, my love. Please don't. The guides are working on stuff for us, and the more we put these low vibrations over the positivity that they have to work, like imagine being out there in a storm. Okay, that's what it's like for them when we create these emotional tides with these low vibrations, of fear on situations. I know that there's a lot at stake with the situation. Okay, it's you. Okay, my love. I promise you, they are working at an outcome that is in your partner's favor. Okay. The thing about the situation is the more of this hopelessness that you're bleeding over into the space, it's creating stagnation to the closure of the situation. Okay. Mirror principle. What we, I guess, think, feel, say, do must manifest. It may take a while because we're living in a linear concept of time, but what you're focusing on, yes, please, if you can, sprinkle some positivity on it. Wake up in the morning and just pray. Okay, just tell God thank you for the positive outcome on that situation, and you are grateful for it, and you are open to receiving all that is rightfully yours. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Amen. Okay, because what I'm seeing is that it is inevitable. This is a slow moving process, yes, but it is inevitable. Okay, it's inevitable. There's already things at play with the situation. And if you find yourself in worry, my love, one of the things that I do when I find myself seeping down into my low vibration, because the times that we're living in, it's very like angst filled, like anxiety is kind of like the what's those things that they use, I guess, to bring people back to life? That's basically what anxiety is in terms of emotional rhythm and tides of stuff. Okay. So anxiety is really just kind of like pushing us, if you will, and forcing us into these different timelines and trajectories as we're navigating through our panic zones. However, God has a plan. And it seems like a pretty positive outcome of a plan. Okay. Y'all just need to hang tight, be patient. Okay. And sprinkle some positivity over it. And I hear you on that, my love. I hear you on that. Don't know if you do herbs at all. Chamomile is actually really good for anxiety, and it helps with solar plexus activation. Okay. So that will actually help you to just find the balance, I guess, with your anxiety a little bit, and maintaining your mastery over what it is that you guys are manifesting. Watch your words as well. Be very mindful, guys. The mirror principle is at work, and you can utilize the hell yeah, okay. Still do your processing, because what I find is that sometimes with it, the work doesn't necessarily get done at the same time as well. It's great because it regulates the actual human body, but then because it's a bit of a cheat, basically, it's like a cheat code to the human, if you will, right? It's medication. So if you also do the processing as well, imagine how much you will level up your human, okay? Like it will shift you up a notch in terms of like the Richter scale with anxiety. And then it will be able to regulate your anxiety a little bit better as well. So that you can also, I'm going to do this. No, but I might have to do a video now that you're putting it out there. Let me know what it is that you'd like to see a video on, because there's so much stuff that I could share with you guys, man. You're not good at meditating. Well, if you smoke, that's not true. Okay. That's not true. What it is that you may be wrapped up in a specific way in which you think that you need to meditate. What you need to do is find your body's natural way of meditating. Daydreaming might be your body's natural way of shifting out of the matrix for a minute and actually just moving into its own force field. So it really is, it's not that you don't or aren't good at it. It's just that you maybe haven't necessarily found what works for your human just yet. There you go. That's your meditation. Snap. That's your meditation. That's your meditation. So what you do in that kind of instance, if that's like your human's optimal meditation tool, learn how to put yourself in a state of, hell yeah, that counts. Heck yes, that counts. Okay. Try and I guess learn what it is that allows for you to be relaxed enough for your body to naturally follow into a state of trance, because that's what's taking place when you're daydreaming. You're not necessarily in thought, you're more in the sense of feeling, basically. And that's pretty much what meditation in theory is supposed to be about. A lot of the times people say that it's, you know, getting to that point of like not having thoughts is very difficult. Okay. If you're not clearing out your screens on a day-to-day basis, your browser screens on a day-to-day basis, is difficult to not have thoughts flow through. And it's something that has to be, I guess, learned and developed over time as well. It's a muscle. But if you do that, figure out what kind of states your body is in when you find yourself daydreaming, and figure out how to hijack your human, basically, so that you can learn how to do it at will. And then you can be able to do it consciously rather than it being a subconscious thing. Okay? I'm giving you guys cheat codes here. What? You just made my day. I'm gonna... I can't with you. I'll say this. It's medication, okay? Medication. Sometimes we overuse medication, okay? Figure it out, but you're good. No, honestly, thank you for even asking the question, because I feel like that's something that I hear a lot. A lot of people, when I start speaking about meditation, their first thing is, I'm not good at it. I can't meditate. And it's like, no, your way of meditating may not be the atypical way of meditating. Your neural pathways may be designed differently or encoded and embedded differently. You just have to find out what it is. The finest medication. I get with you. Tropical juice. I'm craving tropical juice. Pumpkin. I need to wet my throat, y'all. Oh, wow. That was good. Honestly, I really appreciate you guys for keeping me company and actually just giving me an opportunity to tune into your worlds. Like, genuinely, like, my peoples. Mary. Quite contrary. Where are you? All good, my love. Thank you. Thank you for sharing and asking and putting it out there. We love you for that. Oh, I appreciate you. Mary, come on. If you're still here with us in the room, drop us your question and we will definitely dive into it. We'll dive into it. Oh, Mary's here. Mary's like, I got this. Mary said, I can't with y'all. It's one of the tools, I guess. It's one of the, most frequent medicinal herbs that we're able to sort of utilize for the ascension process. But it really is about actually utilizing it and not abusing it. And I find that that's the struggle sometimes, because it is a cheat code for the human, because it does pretty much like somewhat regulate the chemical flow. So we have to actually like work even harder, to be fair. But at least you kind of get to be able to do it in a little bit of a zen, I guess. How's my guy currently feeling about me? Okay. Oh, they're taking me back to the. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Show me what y'all want. Okay, thank you. Sorry, I had to get the tool of choice, Mary. There was a lot. That I'm sure that's definitely been a case for a lot of us, Mary. I'm sure that's definitely been the case for a lot of us. It's about moderation, okay? It's a plant-based medicine. Like sometimes we're not sick and we're taking medicine, okay? Right. How does Mary's person feel? Can you see? It depends. So what I would say to you with this, sometimes it depends on how open a person's aura is to me. Like for instance, when I tuned into your space, because we've been making like connection. I'm answering Pumpkin's question, BTW, because I've had kind of like connection to your field a few times. It's allowed for me to even be able to see the intricate details of what's taking place as far as the spiritual surgeries that you're going through and refining your layers. So those things I can pick up. It depends on how open a person is willing to be to me, and also pretty much how much information my guides need to share from what their guides need them to know as far as the work that they're going through at that time. So yeah. It depends, guys. It depends on the situation. It's very situational. Right. Let's see how Mary's person's feeling about them. Give us some clarity on this. Okay. Interesting. Mary. Quite contrary. What's the competition situation about? I just have to get straight off to it. There's a situation at the minute. What's taking place at the minute? Because I'm seeing that there's some sort of conflict. Was it a clash of the egos? What's going on with the situation? Because right now I'm seeing that they're at a place where they're feeling unsatisfied, I guess, with the way that the situation kind of panned out. It felt like very much emotionally volatile. Some people do have potent auras, absolutely. You're right about that. Give us some clarity though, Mary. What I'm seeing with the situation, you're probably there trying to type some stuff up to give us some background on the situation. What I'm seeing is that they feel as though they're disappointed, I guess, with the way that things kind of what's going on with you guys? Come on, Mary. Come on. I literally, and I did it back to him and ignore his calls after he tried to cut. Oh, and nobody won, right? Let me guess, nobody won because when the ego gets too fixed in its perspective, everybody loses. That's actually the narrative. Yeah, that you like anyways, huh? About. Oh, no, he felt like things just got really emotionally volatile. Oh, let's see. In an ideal world, what do you see him doing? Okay. Okay, he wants to come back. Okay, girl? He wants to come back. Okay. Now, let's have the real conversation because it seems as though the real issue here is boundaries yet and again. You're not okay with the ignoring. There's a way to articulate that. I understand being able to match the energy, but guess what happens when you match the energy? Boop, it gets ricocheted. Okay? It gets ricocheted. Ah, I know you do, girl. um, he wants to come back, and I think you can have a conversation to be able to just get a sound boundary in place. But it's okay. It's okay, beautiful. It's okay. Yeah, he does want to come back, but I think that you do need to kind of just have a conversation to let him know what would be an alternative, because I don't necessarily think the shutting down so much was just about you. It was just about introspection at the time. And I think that he found himself locked in a place where he couldn't necessarily communicate, where he was at in terms of his space mentally and emotionally. So, yeah, I think it's just about being able to have a conversation. He's open to a conversation. Okay, chill out. Snap. I thought you said you smoked the ooey. Chill out. Oh, you're funny. You are funny. You are funny, Mary. No, but that. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he wants it. He still wants it. He still wants it. Okay. It had nothing to do with you. It's just more so the situation being what it is. And that's all it really is, the situation just being what it is. Try not to take it too personal. And in the process, we'll work on some personal development. Ah, it was petty. You know that was petty, Mary. Mary, you know that was petty. You know that was petty, okay? If you can do, because it wasn't personal and it really wasn't as deep, okay? You just felt a type of way, and that was a great time. Like, and this is what I'm saying. Sometimes when we smoke, we have to do the work along with it, because the body gets elevated, but sometimes the mental patterns and the emotional patterns are still the same, and they still keep going on the same loop, and we get bloody locked into certain cycles of doing the same sort of things over and over again. So with him kind of like doing that, that was a great opportunity for you to kind of like sit and maybe look at, you know, your feelings on how you're navigating, I guess, through the loneliness and what is perceived as fear of rejection, because it actually wasn't. It really wasn't. Chill out. Just chill out. Just chill out. I think it's natural sometimes when people kind of like treat us or misuse our love, for us to kind of get a little bit defensive. It's natural for our guards to go up. It's natural for our humans to be like, okay, I'm in primitive mode now. It's war. Do you know what I mean? It's war. But and however, that state doesn't necessarily serve the human as much as the flow of receptivity, because this is where we can actually receive our blessings. So if you allow yourself to be a little bit more open and keep that in mind when as and when you move forward, as and when you move forward, when if that situation should arise again, because clearly you guys didn't pass the class this sitting round, but if that situation should arise again, you just have a conversation. When he's able to actually speak to you, you have a conversation and let him know how that situation made you feel, so that he can become a little bit more aware at how to be able to meet your needs, my love. Okay. Right, Mary. Well, that was it for you, is what I'm hearing. I wouldn't say you guys failed. I just say it's low marks in that class because you guys were learning what it is that you were in the class to learn in the first place. Okay, that's all it is. Sometimes those things look like failure, but it's not. That's the stuff that we're doing. We're actually figuring out what class we're in first. Sometimes it's tricky. All good, my love. All good. Let's have a look and see who we have next. We do have Rogue next, but I'm like trying to find Rogue's question. Rogue, if you're still in the building, can we get your question, please? Okay. Yes, Rogue. Please, can we get your question, my love? And we'll be able to unpack it for you. I don't even know if I passed it, guys. I'm like looking at the screen and I'm looking at the stuff, but honestly, I don't know if I passed it. There's so much going on now. I don't think I have passed it, and I don't think it's here. If it is, Archangel Shamuel, can you guide me, please? Nope, I'm hearing it's not here. Okay. Oh, Rogue, there you go. Hey, my love. What makes my Virgo love interest fall for me? Like, what draws him towards me? Oh, okay. I'm being drawn to this lovely crystal right here to get some insight on this. So what I'm seeing is that they see you. All good, my love. What I'm seeing is that they see you as somebody who is mentally quite clear, whatever that means. That's how they perceive you. They see you as somebody who is quite perceptive, quite discerning. Those are some of the qualities that they like about you, because I guess one of the reasons why they're drawn to you is because they're I guess they have a tendency sometimes to not be so clear themselves, because they kind of struggle with being able to there you go, manage just juggling everything sometimes. And the way that you're able to do these things is definitely something that they find to be admirational about you. Another thing that I'm seeing, thank you guys. Another thing that I'm seeing is they're definitely looking towards future plans with you, and they're excited about it. They're excited about it. I hope I'm not ruining anything, guys. I'm all sweating now. I feel like I'm like spilling tea. They might have like special plans. Okay, I'm allowed to share. So they have plans for you. They have visions that they see with you. They have goals with themselves for you. And this isn't just a now moment for them. Like, they're really excited. And I feel it's like they get their wings to be able to fly to another level. And that's what happens with them being aligned with you. Like, they see a future with you. Definitely, they see a future with you, and they're excited about that future as well. They're still a little bit confused about all the options because, again, this isn't their strong suit, okay, which is why they've been perfectly matched to you vibrationally. But yeah, they're figuring some stuff out to make some of those future plans come together. Yeah. I'm so excited for you. Damn, that was nice. What I liked about their energy most, being able to kind of like sit in both of you guys' space, was just how like what I found in their mind space and being able to tune into that space with them is like how they're able to perceive you is completely different to anything else. Like everything else seems like overwhelming, but you, like, yeah, like when they look at you, when they see you, when they observe you, like that's a peace, that's a calm for them. It's like reassurance that life's going to be okay, which is nice. It's nice. But yeah, please do act sharp. And you will do, because it will be random timing, because he's still working on the variables to really be able to cultivate some of these desires that he has. But yeah, it's definitely an intention that he's working on at the minute. So that's nice. That's nice. Happy for you, beautiful. Okay, that's what's up. I love that. Kanchan, I hope you're still in the building, Kanchan, because I know you came into the room a while ago as well. Guys, we've got 25 minutes left, and four that we can work with that. That's good. That's good. I said 11:30, but clearly we didn't get there. Thankfully, we closed off the list when we did. Thank y'all. Thank you, Pumpkin. Hey, Kanchan. Question, please, my love. Please, let's see if we can unpack it for you. Okay, we're in separation since September. Oh, I was going to put it on the screen, but it's fine. Y'all, it's in here. Okay, we're in separation since September 2020. It's been 1 year. Did he ever love me? Yes, to the capacity at which he could have loved at that time. I'm going to continue reading though. However, that is the direct response to that question. I'm losing all hope slowly on this connection. Is he going to come back, or must I forget him? I'm feeling like full. Okay. Honestly, I'll say this to you, because literally even like the end of what you've just said there, if we think about the tarot is about the fool's journey of getting into its ultimate magician. So sometimes it's okay to feel and be the fool in some of the narratives, how they play out. Sometimes God positions us in that place to be the underdog. I will give you that for the first, for the most part of the situation. I'm going to pull some cards for you, but I had to share that message because that's something that they're sort of putting across. Okay. All right. What do you advise, Kanchan, on the left situation? Okay. Is there someone new in the picture? Do you know? Oh, we've got a whole story. Let me know, Kanchan. No, yeah, I didn't think on your end. I was asking about on his end. With the separation that you guys are navigating through, it's really kind of highlighted a lot of trust issues that were pretty much there before the separation even existed. Were trust issues a factor towards the separation as well? Bring us some clarity. I'm just going to have a look at the story that they're sort of giving me with these cards here on the situation. So what they're saying, Kanchan, is that on every level of the situation, okay, so I'm not going to say every level because they're saying bar the emotional plane of existence. So there's so much distance that's been created between you guys. No, I don't think it's something that you can clear single-handedly, my love. And it really is a case of misunderstandings, because from what I can see, there's still a lot of confusion. There's still a lot of things that aren't necessarily clear. What should she do? What do you guys advise her to do? Okay. So from what I'm seeing with the situation, I guess what they're sort of saying is that you kind of have to get to a place where you're emotionally balanced, because at the minute you guys are so disconnected, and I just have to be honest with you. And when I say you guys are so disconnected, I think that the only, I guess, layer where you guys still meet to some degree, because I don't know that they're actually letting themselves fully be open. Is there communication? With this person? Because I see that it seems like they may be a little bit closed off. Give us some clarity as far as the communication, Kanchan, so we can just unpack this for you a little bit. He never talks to me. Okay, that was the last question, the last thing you said. What I'm seeing for you with the situation is that you're probably going to have to work on your emotional connection with the situation. I'm hearing let go and let God. It doesn't necessarily mean that you guys, how can I put it? It doesn't necessarily mean that you guys will never see each other, just see, because I don't think, from what I'm sensing in the space, they seem to be very disconnected. They seem to be moving to a different rhythm of their own tide. And I don't feel or sense that they are willing to let themselves be drawn back into the tides. I think it is a lot because of a lot of the misunderstandings. I don't think he's coming back in the way that you would want him to come back. I think that you guys will get an opportunity to be able to get closure, and gain some clarity, but I don't think that he's coming back in the way that you are hoping that he comes back. If you work on some of your acceptance about where you guys are now, it will actually allow for them to be able to, I guess, find their way into the space in a reasonable time. I'm seeing, yeah, they're still on like a good long trajectory before they're able to even come back into the space. I'm sorry, my love. I just have to be honest with you. They seem very disconnected from the connection, and they aren't necessarily in a place where they want it in the same way that you want it, which is why I have to be honest and say that they they aren't at that place where they feel secure in a situation with you. And again, like I said, I think it comes down to a lot of the things that were misconstrued, the misunderstandings that you guys had. Yeah. But you guys will be able to align for at least some sort of closure. I don't see it being anytime soon, in all honesty. It's a good long period. Yeah, it's a good long period. Yeah, that's all they're giving me, my love. They're letting me know that's all they can share about the situation. That's all I can share about the situation at the minute. But if you work on the acceptance, your guides, your angels are there to be able to help you as you nourish your heart and allow for yourself to heal from the heartbreak. Okay? Yeah. Okay, they're cutting me off. Yeah. Sorry, my love. I'll send some prayers out there for you, beautiful. All right, guys. China, do we have you in the building, China? Yeah, he used to call and message. Yeah, there's been a disconnect. There's been a disconnect. I don't know for certain if there's somebody else that's kind of taking his attention and admiration at the minute. Johnson, like, WTF? So basically, I think that from what I'm seeing, there may be something else that's kind of like taking his attention at the minute. So that's the struggle. Thank you, though, beautiful. China's dropped in the question. All good, China. Thank you for stopping into space. I think we missed you last time. Yeah, we weren't able to get your question back in here, so thank you for stopping back into the space. Thank you, beautiful. How does my person's family that have spoken to me feel about me? Mm. Mm. Sorry, I'm literally this seems very complicated. This seems very complicated because sometimes, we show one face and there's so many faces going on back there. It's like, whoa, who said that? Who did that? I know. I had to answer to my mum. She called me to come over as an emergency. It's all good, beautiful. It's all good. It's all good. It's fine. You're here this time. We're going to be able to unpack it for you. So thank you for coming back in. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to make sure I get clarity with the situation, because it seems like there's many faces with this situation. Yes, exactly, my love. So I'm trying to get the shades of gray that's in between. Okay. Right. Come on, guys. Let's see. What does China's person's family really feel like? Be real with us. You know we can handle it. Let us see. Like, what's the real feelings there? Oh, unfortunately, Glitter, we're finishing up the list. We've literally only got 2 more people on the list. I've been here for like 2 hours. I'm surprised I'm still tuned. Yeah, come back next Friday though. I'm here every Friday doing this stuff for y'all. So come back 9:30. Maybe come in before I do, and you'll definitely catch a reading. Oh, right. So let's see. What does the family really feel towards China? Oh, good, Glitter. What does the family really feel towards? Okay. Are you quite or outspoken with the situations with them? Yes, please, guys, like and subscribe and come back for future readings, because we have to unpack these things. Class is never really straightforward. Even when we think we're winning, there's always something. Give us some clarity here, China. Can you please repeat that? My connection log. Okay, so my question to you was, are you more the outspoken type, or are you more the type to internalize, just so that I can understand the narrative that they're giving me on the situation? And also, another thing that I picked up on with the situation as well, is to do with, I guess, some of the things that they sort of think is there's no like clear plan, and there's not really a clear focus, a clear goal as such. So I want to get more of an understanding, because I don't think that that's necessarily the truth. I think that it's just you share what you need to share with them. Do you know what I mean? And certain things you just don't feel like sharing with them because they give you hater vibes. I can honestly be both. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I speak to the family members that speak to me, and the ones that don't, I keep my distance, and I can be outspoken and appear firstly on my social media. Okay, yeah. I think for the most part, some of them feels like you're a little bit standoffish, but it's literally like you said, you're just matching their energy. I don't feel like the ones that are standoffish is being completely honest about why it is that they don't take to you. I'm going to ask you like a straightforward question here, because they're like poking me and poking me and poking me on my heart. They're like, be brave. Finances. Is that a factor with the situation? Yeah. Is that a factor with the situation? I'm asking that question because I feel like for some of the family members that are, yeah, for some of the family members that are standoffish, finances seems to be a factor with the situation. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this with that family because this is the main thing I guess that they want to have a discussion with you on with that family member. Um, you got to balance it a little bit. It's good that you're able to kind of show that you're committed, I guess, to the family and being a part of the family. Yeah. Because they're saying that that person isn't even necessarily somebody that is trustworthy. And that pains me to say it, but I just have to keep it. I used to over five. Yeah, I think what I'm seeing, yeah, I used to overgive. Okay, there we go. Oh, sorry, Cancerian. The list is closed. We've only got two more people on the list. And his other sister also told me she lies about needing money. Yeah, exactly that. It's exactly that. That situation. Yeah, yeah. It's it's not a thing. It's not a thing. This may be the particular person that they're speaking about being two-faced because she may only actually be being nice because she's in basically keeping you sweet in hopes of what she feels like she can potentially get. And also the factor with the situation being what it is as well is how has the relationship dynamics changed since you cut her off the finances supply? Let me understand because they're telling me that this person is not a healthy person to be in any type of relationship with. I'm sorry, they are vindictive, they are manipulative, they're deceitful, they have a lot of like low vibrational personality traits that they're working through. How's the relationship been since you've disconnected, I guess, from that dynamic of the finances? Because she may also be spreading stuff about you. So his other family members that seem standoffish like me, but when I don't give her money, she acts standoffish. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. And the other family members outcast her a lot. They keep her at a distance. She likes me. Yeah, she likes you because you're literally a reflection of how she's shown up in the family, the black sheep, being an outcast. She sees a lot of herself in you in that way. Oh, she likes you, likes you. So I know she speaks poorly of me to him. Okay, yeah. That's not a healthy relationship space, my love, unfortunately. She's not um yeah, she's not the type of person that you really want to keep around you as such. And I know that that's tricky because obviously it's family, right? Um, as little contact with that person as you possibly can. And also be mindful because she does speak about you. Like she has a lot of toxic traits that she hasn't necessarily worked out just yet. So it's probably not a healthy place for you to be. And her unhealthy patterns and behavior eventually would bleed out into your relationship space if you guys don't maintain it from now. And it could infect your space with the Chinese whisper, no pun intended, that she keeps kind of like moving with. No, they do. They do. They do call her a liar nonetheless, eventually. So it's like seeds, right? Even if we don't want to believe it, these things plant seeds of doubt. It waters plants of fear. It's just not healthy. Okay, it's not healthy. So if you can find so you get me, China. So if we can find a balance there with maintaining like that person, I guess, at a close distance, then I think that may actually be able to give you a better standing with some other family members as well. Because what's happening is that you're being, so there's a narrative, I guess, that's being played out, and you're being grouped in the same ship with her. So create a clear line of boundary. And for the ones that do kind of like engage with you, the ones that don't engage with you as much, you don't need to engage with them. Like, I don't know how else to put it across to you. It's not you, it's just that nothing you do will ever be good enough. Okay, my love. So it's not personal. These are people that aren't even able to meet their own expectations and standards. Okay. So you don't need to do too much or try too hard. Like, that's fine. They're lost. They're missing out. Cool. Channel your energy into the ones that are there. Because those ones are a little bit more sincere in ways, because they like you as a person for the most part. Okay. They like you as a person for the most part. They like being around you and they like being in your energy. And they somewhat like you for, their family member as well. There's certain things, I guess, that they don't necessarily agree with everything, but that's neither here nor there. They like you as a person for the most part. Okay. When I cut her off, I was closer to the other, so that makes so much sense. Exactly, because basically you're being grouped in the same narrative. You're being grouped in the same story. Like, you guys are sharing the same cloaking of image. So remove yourself from that, because she basically attached herself to you. Okay. Um, cut cut it off its supply. It's not just a money, I guess, supply that she was on. It was also an image supply that she was on, and it was also an energy supply that she was on. So cut her off the other two now. Okay. Thank you for that question. You needed to come back this week because this is some very real stuff. He's told me they like me, and his mom calls me family, and his other siblings have as well. So I get confused when they don't reach out as much. Yeah, that's just the way that they are. Is cool. Like, they're not very, if you're not there at that time, they're not really communicative like that, That's just you. If that's who you are, you engage in that way because that's who you are. That's the communicator you are. And maybe in time they'll be able to learn it. But test the waters. Don't over push your boundaries too much because that isn't them as communicators. So you don't want to overdo it. Okay. You want to find the right balance with the situation. Okay. All good, beautiful. All good. It sounds like she's doing more harm than good. She is, girl, to herself. You just so happen to be collateral damage. Okay. Right, guys. Yeah, you did need to hear all this. I'm glad you did come back, actually. I'm glad you really did come back. 444J, you are next in the queue. You are the penultimate, final to, well, last. Right, what's your question? Because more than likely it's already been lost in cyberspace, okay? It's been lost in cyberspace. So if you can, re-comment in the comment section, because I'm going to put Archangel Shamuel to work, and poor fella, he won't be able to bring me anything because it's gone. Okay, but if you are still here, 444J, definitely put your question out there and we will get some clarity. Okay, yeah, the question's not here. And if you are here, just put it out and we'll just unpack it for you. Okay. Right. whilst 444 is figuring out whether or not they're in the room. Pooja, if you're in the room, drop your question. And if anything, we'll come back to 444J. I like that, by the way. The arcane noon realms. It's a nice place to be. It's a nice frequency. Is that it, guys? 444J and Pooja left the building? Am I clocking out at midnight? Damn. Okay. The list sorted itself out. I am gonna, I guess, wait for a couple of minutes and see if anybody does actually put anything in the chat. But whilst I'm here, guys, definitely need to sort of like speak to you guys about like the energies that we're going to be dealing with, like Scorpio. New moon is a big deal at the minute because all of the other planets are now direct. So this is a big time for transformation. What happens sometimes, you know, when we're intentional about things, you know, we really have to pretty much master faith. And faith kind of falters sometimes as we're navigating through certain situations. So yes, please, guys. Lovely pumpkins, put it out there. It's the last call for you guys. But yeah, just as you're putting your intentions out there, don't let the resistances that show up. The resistances are basically confirmation that you're breaking the old timeline down and you are quantum jumping from your current timeline and shifting into another timeline. So don't let the resistances deter you. If anything, utilize it as confirmation that you're moving out of your old paradigm and shifting into a new timeline and experience. We're actually closing out. We're actually closing out. Hi, Aaron. Big love. Thought I'd say hi. Doing well. I'm on a much higher vibe than last week. You're looking. Thank you. We love that. Good to hear that you're on high vibes this week as well. I feel like the energies are starting to pick up, and this is why, like, we really just need to be intentional, guys. Like, really, really need to be intentional. I am closing out, but if you come back next week and tune in, I guess 9:30, you'll be able to get added to the list and it will be easier for you to be able to put your question out there, my love. Sorry, midnight's my closing out. I've been here for like a good couple of hours now, just sharing space with everyone. So yeah, tune in next week. I'm here every Friday doing doing this stuff for you guys because I'm a learner. And I love sharing with you guys, actually. I just like stopping into the space. But definitely, guys, like, utilize these energies. And when I say be intentional, no dream is too big. Okay. Some dreams may take a longer timeline. That's all it is. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's all good. It's all good, my love. So what I want to say to you guys is really, even if you have a really big dream and it seems like it's taking forever to manifest, some dreams, depends on how much action. I want to put this across as well, because sometimes we're out here dreaming big, putting these prayers out here, and we just sitting and waiting, and we're like, God, where is it? God, okay? And we're forgetting the doing aspect of manifesting. So sometimes, depending on how much we're willing to do, it may stagnate the timeline as well. So if we're able to, consistency actually grounds the next paradigm a lot faster. So if we can build a rhythm of consistency towards the things that we're trying to manifest, let's get it done, guys. Remember, we're navigating through the Hallows Eve energy, and we're also navigating through the Scorpio new moon energy literally for this week. So utilize it, like, really utilize it. I mean that. Okay. Yeah, because that's how it is sometimes. We just put our intentions out there. We throw the bait out there and we're not even reeling in the hook. We're not even watching to see if we're catching any bait. And we're not doing anything if we do catch bait. We just want God to literally like bring it next to us. And it doesn't work like that. We still have to do the process as well. So hopefully I'm sending you guys so much like high vibes and good intentions for what it is that you guys are setting your intentions on, because I know that there's a lot that's going to be like turning around for us within the next 6 months with this new moon. Whew. It's going to like, now we're actually like grounding into 2022 energies. So really bear that in mind. Whatever you're setting your intention on at the minute, the next 6 months, you're literally on a timeline towards that where you'll be in cultivation season. And a year from now is where you'll be in full bloom as far as harvest season, to see how much, depending on how much intention and action you put towards that, you'll see where you are. Okay? On that note, I'm going to love y'all and leave y'all. Thank y'all for sharing Friday night with me. I love y'all for that. I will catch you guys next week, my loves. Happy manifesting, because it's about to be epic. Okay, we're closing out 2021 and saying hello to 2022. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Mwah. Ah.